I like to watch it back in 0.5. Pretty funny. Have you watched anything in 0.5 before?
Like the
So like
speed?
the speed.
It's
It's like chopped and screwed.
No, I mean unless it's like already slowed down on TikTok or something. Like, or like it makes me think
to
about Animal
purposely
Planet.
slow down something is kind of crazy. Like
Not really.
that's
So you
really
can catch
crazy.
every single thing, every nuance. Well, I'm not talking about
He's
shooting. I'm talking about
purposefully
consuming.
slowing it down.
Yes, in 0.5. That's how you get the best jokes.
No.
Sometimes we might say a joke right here, and we just like somebody didn't catch it.
Yeah.
When you watch it in 0.5, you can see the
So-
joke and you like, oh,
It's like
that was actually
it's
really
like hearing a
hilarious.
podcast, but we're talking like
Like
this.
Come on, give them to me, baby. All right, I'm in line. The pending is the worst. Dude, I'll be happy if I got these, but I'm not getting it. I know it.
Got him. Better get him, cause I got him. I got him.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fair Game Podcast. I'm your host, C13,
This is Cash.
and we got a special guest with us today. Not a mogul, a tycoon.
He's already barring. You're barring this early?
Early. Music, media, fashion.
You name it. Anything creative.
If you name it, anything creative, but mostly the leadership position in all of those roles. When I first met this female right here, she gave me an opportunity. South by Southwest put me on a stage. Changed my life. Changed my life visually. Changed my life conceptually of what is possible and what you can do. Great experience. Great human being. Great human being. Amazing artist, because now she's tapped into her artistry. She's been doing it for a very long time. We got TAZ Tikoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. That was giving like Sway in the morning, Nori Drink Champs intro. Like,
Come on,
really
man.
Did that.
Come on, man.
Not a mogul, a tycoon.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
he be podcasting. For
Yeah,
them.
I
He
see
be
that, like-
podcasting.
It's crazy you said it like that because like literally when I changed my rap name from Taz to TAZ Tikoon, that's exactly what I heard 50 Cent Dame Dash say. Someone referred to them as a mogul in an interview and they said, I'm not a mogul, I'm a tycoon. And literally that's what made me want to change my name. I'm like, I'm a tycoon. What's that? Let me look it up.
So let's talk about that real quick. So you changed your name. When people often change their name, it's signifying them switching their journey, right? Like you it's kind of like you're reawakening yourself from what you were going through before and now changing your name to what you changed it to. Now I just recently changed my name. Also, my listeners are aware of that. What made you change your name? You already said like, okay, so Dame Dash said that, but your name originally was Taz.
Yeah.
You added the Tycoon to it. At first, it was like your Instagram is
Tazmania Show.
Tazmania Show.
Yeah.
Because you used to be a podcaster.
That's where I started podcasting.
Okay.
Yep.
So give me some insight on changing your name and everything that has to do with that.
So in 2010, when I was at Howard University, shout out HU, I'm in the iLab and I wanted to start doing YouTube videos. So I was at the radio station called WHBC. At the time, I had interviewed John Legend, Neo, and I was like, I knew the interview was coming up and I couldn't find anybody on campus to get the camera. I'm like, I'm not about to miss capturing this moment. I had already figured out, I'm in the iLab for like hours, like, what's my YouTube name gonna be? And I'm like, Tazmania Show. I came up with it. I got the domain, or the handle. And this is when Twitter was going crazy. So I took my MacBook because I didn't have anybody. I was going around campus all day like, I need somebody to film this. So I propped my MacBook up. I put that there, and that became like the start of my YouTube journey. So at that time, I'm just doing the Tazmania Show. And as I'm interviewing people, I'm like, yo, I kind of like this rap stuff. So when J. Cole dropped the warm-up, shout out to Cole, my favorite rapper, I was like, nah, I want to rap.
Ours too.
Like, Can I Live, Dead Presidents. And I hadn't heard the come up yet. I got introduced to the warm-up and had to go back to the come up. So I'm at the movie theater. I got the baby dreads. You know what I'm saying? I was still bagging Jones, but I had the baby dreads. I'm working at Regal Cinema, popcorn, you know what I'm saying, on my shirt, kernels everywhere. And I'm literally like, yo, how do you rap? Niggas is like, what you mean, how you rap? I'm like, how you rap? I didn't know how to put it together. I lie to you not. One day I'm taking an order and then it hit me. So you know how like when you're at a receipt thing and you can push the whole receipt down to like get the paper to
feed the paper. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if you remember, like Jay-Z used to say before he remember how to memorize his raps, he used to go to the corner stores and write on the brown paper bags. That was like my equivalent of that. So I print the whole paper down and I'm writing. I'm like, I'm rapping. Like, because I
Enlightenment. That's
because I
hard.
didn't. It wasn't the
That's
iPhone
hard.
note era. I didn't know what to do, so I ran to the back where they was like putting the glizzies in the buns and all of that. Pause. So I'm in the back and I'm just like, hold up. I'm writing my drawing down, and then it started coming to me. And I went to go and study abroad in London, and at that time, like I said, I hadn't established a rap name because I was still doing a Tazmania show. So I was on the fence of, can I rap and podcast? Because it wasn't the era of doing that. But then, like, I was like, forget that. I did all these interviews. I interviewed Big Sean, Jeremiah, Tiana Taylor, Mickey Fax, Knife Wonder, Young Guru. Like, it was going crazy. But I still wanted to rap, too. So I kind of thought it was, like, fire to be doing it, especially as a female MC. So I dropped my first mixtape, studied abroad in London. This is when J. Cole dropped Friday Night Lights. And I rapped to the In Too Deep with the Erykah Badu sample. I rapped to that. I come back to America. And mind you, my rap name is just Taz. Because I didn't want to go by Tazmania Show. I thought that was like kind of like weird as a rap name.
So wait. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but
Yeah.
where did Taz come from?
But my real name is Tanzania, like the country
Okay.
in Africa.
And then you got the nickname from.
So my co-host, when I was on the radio station, I was
Yeah.
on a show we had called the 4040 Club. So
Okay.
at the station, I was the manager of like the podcasters, the on air, and I was an on air personality. So my first nickname, like if you know me from the crib, from the 7-5, people call me Tansy. So like if I'm out and about and someone calls me Tansy, I know you have to know me from home. Please don't call me Tansy if you see me out. My mom calls me that, my friends, but I was going by Tansy on air. That was my first handle on Instagram, like I am Tansy or whatever. She was like, you should go by Taz. I'm like, Taz? So I took on Taz because of her. She said, I think that's better for radio.
Got it.
On campus, like I think my sophomore year, I went from going by Tansy because I would always, if I had just met you, I'd have been like, I'm Tansy. She said, go by Taz. So Taz led to Tazmania Show. So I let the rap name be Taz, the YouTube name be Tazmania Show. But as like the DSPs and stuff started to pick up, anytime that people would look me up, I thought I was gonna be like, nah, it's like I'm the only Taz. But you got Taz's Angels. There's so many Tazes. And I used to hate like, oh, when you get on Apple, look for me with the yellow photo. I had to explain too much.
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, what is my, like, the last name going to be? I didn't want to do Taz B. No shade to Raz B. I didn't want to be affiliated. Like, I thought that sounded like B2K. And my last name, you know what I'm saying, was with a B or whatever. I changed my last name since then, but that's a whole nother story. But, so I'm like, yo, what am I going to do? So I think about, this happened 3 years ago, no lie. I was with my mentor, Candace Griffin. Shout out to Candace. We doing a
Shout out
commercial.
Candace.
Yep, she hired me at BET. And we're on set for a Burger King commercial. And on on Facebook, you can change your name like 4 or 5 times a year. I'm from Hampton, Virginia, so I put my name as Taz Hampton. I was trying to see if I liked how that looked. And I'm like, I don't like Taz Hampton. That's corny. I don't like Tazmania Show. So I'm watching the interview, and no lie, it was 50 Cent and Dame Dash, and they was like, they called 50 a mogul. He said, I ain't a mogul, I'm a tycoon. Like, what's that? I'm thinking about Roller Coaster Tycoon, like,
That's
the,
what I
like
was
the game,
gonna say.
right?
Yeah.
So then Dame Dash said it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yo, let me look up what a tycoon is. And a tycoon is a wealthy or a powerful person in multiple businesses or industries. And I'm like, I got a clothing line, I got a water company, I do podcasts. And I'm like, that's a great sum of who I am. So Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, is one of my favorite rappers.
Go.
And I think when you hear Nipsey Hussle, you knew he was a hustler. So I was like, I wanted it to be like, you got Chance the Rapper, but I didn't want to put Taz the Tycoon. I wanted my last name to kind of be the representation of who I am. So on Facebook, I had put my name as Taz Tikoon. I spelt it Tikoon because I didn't want to have to slap somebody for calling me a coon or something. If I spelt it the regular way, like Tycoon.
Absolutely.
For our ancestors and shit. So I
Yeah.
didn't want to have to had nobody play with my name. So I spelt it differently. Had it as my Facebook name for probably a couple months. And then March 31st, 2019, when Nipsey passed, I broke down crying, lost my mind. I talked to my mentor. I was like, yo, Candace, like, what you think about me changing my name to Taz Tikoon? And then she was like, are you familiar in the Bible where Sarah became Sarah and Abram became Abraham? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I was like, nah, I wasn't aware of it. And she said, watch what happens when you change your name.
Mm-hmm.
I changed my name to Taz Tikoon. I got booked for my first music festival, A3C Fest. Because when I met you, when we did South by Southwest, I was just Taz.
Yep.
And I wasn't even performing because I was always trying to put other people on.
Yep.
But yeah, long story short, that's how I went from Taz to Taz Tikoon, and it's been up ever since.
It's fire.
Yeah.
What what got you started in? I mean, you kind of just brushed over it real quick right now, but like, what got you started in actually like going in the studio and recording music? Like, what gave you that inspiration?
My first studio session. Wow, dang, I haven't been that. This is a great question. When I was at Howard University, I forgot her name. Shout out to you. But if you're watching this, like, thank you. I just don't remember. It's been so long. But when I was first trying to figure out how to rap, I was, going over industry beats. I think one of the first beats I rapped to was Mac Miller's Nike's on My Feet. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Fire.
My second beat I rapped over was Quiet Storm, Mobb Deep.
The best.
And then I did Dipset, I'm Ready. So I'm trying to put together my first tape. My first tape was called Late Nights to Fame Volume 1. So I remember I'm always like networking, like kind of, just always outside. So the girl, I ran into her, she was a student at the Art Institute, which means she had the studio time. So my first studio session, I used to be rapping in my homeboy's closet or whatever, like, you know how you start out.
Yeah.
But my first studio was this big studio at the, Washington, D.C. Art Institute. So how I got into that's what your question was? How did I, So she invited me on I'm a student. One of her assignments was she had to like bring in people and record them. So that's really how I got in there. And I was like, I went from the closet to this. And I was,
huge step.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I like this. So that's kind of how I got in my first studio session. But it really started like just rapping in the closet, like, makeshift. And then it was my homie Flames. Shout out to Flames. I talked to him in a minute. But he was like, oh, you can rap. Like, I even rapped on Jay-Z's A Million. I think A Mill was on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, A Million.
Yeah. Dang, like, that's a throwback. So that's how I started. Like, and I didn't really know, like, what I was doing. I just always loved words and putting words together and stuff. So that's kind of how I got in the studio. And then once that happened, I started to seek out studios. Like, shout out to my boy Manny Mozart when I was at Howard. And I finished my first mixtape. We were in a class together, and I was telling my peoples, like, yo, I want to rap. They was like, yo, he got a studio. Holla at him. So I'm paying him like $25 an hour, whatever. We putting the tape together. So it was just grassroots, like grinding it up, figuring it out. And now, shout out to my homie Dell. Like, I just have a very intense work ethic. So my homie Dell, he's been very pivotal over the last 2 years of helping me with my engineering and my sound. He's been like, oh, you could do this yourself. Like, I'm about to mail you this chaotic ball. Like, use this interface, like, because I just don't like to have to wait for anybody. And Nipsey used to talk about that a lot in his interviews. Like, if you can't engineer, move, I'll do it. If you can't produce, and I just don't want my success to be dependent on somebody else's lack of time management.
So you often record yourself?
I record all my demos.
Okay.
But then I'll go to a studio, like, when I'm ready. Like, I got everything memorized because I don't like to, I like to go in focused and get it done. So if I could find, like, a good, like lately, shout out to Rachel and Hits and History Studios. Like, I've been recording with her for my last 3 songs that I just put out because I've been dropping a song every Friday for the last few weeks. So I've been in there, and I like it better because I feel like I can just I could be an artist. I don't like to have to jump from, all right, I got to record, jump here and do that. So, but I do feel like it's going to just help because I'm so focused right now. But if I just had a team of people that like if I had an in-house engineer and an in-house producer, that we could just, everybody plays a part, but all my team is kind of scattered out. I got my engineer in Philly. I got a producer, he over here. So I'm hoping, though, because when I see people that I was watching a Revenge of the Dreamers documentary, and I was like, damn.
They got everybody in house.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like, I just want to be like, because I feel like I would go crazier, you know what I'm saying, if I had that set up. So that's what I'm aiming to, to do. I'm independent, so, inshallah, we'll get there soon.
Yeah, it's all about creating hype. Our show is about creating hype and things around that manner. And I feel like when you create hype, Revenge of the Dreamers sessions was literally created around a lot of hype. Mm-hmm. So many fire producers was rushing to get in that session and be a part of it.
Chase was there.
Chase was there.
Chase
he has a song with Cole and JID and somebody else on it. There's one more guy on it. I'm salty for that.
What was his name? 21's cousin.
Yeah.
Young Nudie.
And pairing Young Nudie and Cole is like,
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely crazy. But Chase the Money did it. But also just shout out to Chase the Money for pulling up, unloading his beats, and you know what I mean? Somebody being able to create.
Did he get the invite? You know how they was putting everybody's name?
He got an
on
invite.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
I was like, I watched that 2 days ago. I had already seen it. But I like to watch things again just to sharpen up. I watched the 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I watched the off-season documentary.
The off-season was really good.
Yeah, I was rewatching The Last Dance. Like
Okay.
sometimes I just want to brush up on it. But when I saw Buddy in there in every room and Smino, I was like, nah, I don't know when I'm gonna get a call like that, but I just want to be ready. Like, cause you don't know when something like that's gonna
don't
happen.
know.
And I just want to be like in every room, like getting to it. So pushing my pen every day.
And just talk about being ready though, like, right? Like sometimes there is a session like that. How I learned to record, I used to record at my cousin's house and it'd be everybody in there. I'm talking everybody who was who. And they would be rapping and I'd just be sitting in the corner like.
Soaking up game? Or you like?
I was soaking up game. I was writing in my head. I was doing everything. One time they like, yo, what you got? You got something for the mic? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I jumped right on the mic, murdered it. You know what happened?
Murder.
Murder.
They threw my verse away though, cause I ain't gonna say who was on the song, but I had a better verse than that person who was on the song because I had been writing for months.
Yeah.
And sitting back watching them do it, I was like, oh, I'm about to kill y'all. Jumped on the track, killed them. It was like, yeah, this is hard. Let's cut it down to 8 bars. I was like, just take it off.
Oh, you told them just completely if they wasn't gonna.
I'm not gonna do 8 bars. No, I gave them 32, and I would appreciate if you put 32 or 16 on there. Not 8.
16 at least.
Because it had to
At
be
least
incomplete.
16.
I'm thinking if they cut a 32 into 8, it had to feel like.
Well, I write in 8 bars, man.
Yeah.
So literally, my 8s can be complete. I write literally 8 bars in end, 8 bars in end, 8 bars in end. So usually every 8 is a complete, but no. You know what I mean? It's connected to another. But anyway, that whole idea was based off of, have you ever been in a session where it's like that, right? Like it's just like dog eat dog and everybody's in there and you wondering if you're going to get on the track or not.
I've actually never, like, for one, to be honest with you, I really don't like doing features.
Okay.
And it's not because of that reason. It's anytime I've solicited a feature for myself, they hold me up. It's like I'm waiting 5 months, like 6 months, or it's an excuse or whatever the case may be. So I really don't have a lot of features, but it's not because I don't want to. Like if somebody gives me a feature, you getting it back in 24 to 48 hours, just depending on my schedule, maybe 72 tops, because I don't want to hold up your process. So, and I'm also too a very private person when I record, not that I don't open up, like I wouldn't be willing to open up, but I haven't, as this actually is happening to me now. I'm hoping that like this is like how things are going to be moving forward. Like I recently did a feature with my my long-term, well, he's been my engineer for probably like 2 years now. Shout out to Dell. I had said, yo, I was waiting on a feature. It didn't come back yet. And I was like, bro, what you think about hopping on this feature or whatever? I see you right there. I hope you like that. Shout out to Tidewater.
Wait for the whole advertisement that we were going to do. But
This episode is brought to you by Tidewater.
Yeah, type shit.
But yeah, so I asked my homie Dell the night before if he wanted to get on the song Leaking that I just dropped last Friday. I got the verse back like in 2 hours. So then I'm like, yo, I got another song called Mood. Yo, do you know anybody, like, what about your homie 80? Shout out to 80. He got a brand called Mood, and it stands for Manifesting Our Own Destiny. So he sent it to him. I got it back in 3 hours. So mind you, as a person that's never got features back that fast, I don't know if that is just changing, that I'm finding the right people. So I don't know, to speak to your situation, like what it's like to be in a room like that. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I don't get invited to studios because of my pen. I'm like, I mean, I'm a girl, so it's like, no. I'm not, like, I don't know if I'm a threat or like, I just don't get the same invitations and stuff. People always hit me like, yo, let me know when you drop a next project. Like, I got 16 for you. I always get DMs like that. Like, and you ain't dropped a project in like 5. You want to get on my stuff.
Could be kind of like a cloud chasing type of
thing. I'm not playing that. Like, you're going to have to bring something to the table. So I'm kind of like iffy about
like
it.
The tides are flipping.
Ah.
I mean, that's interesting though, because that's often a thing, right? Like people will try and jump on your wave, and I'm just like that too. Like if you don't got nothing going,
like after the wave started though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after the wave started, I can't share my platform with you if you're not waving already on your own.
Yeah.
So that's why it was easy for me to say, yeah, come on. Well, 2 things. Mm-hmm. You gave me my start in the music situation.
I ain't give you a start, man. I just helped.
You gave me an opportunity.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You boosted. You lifted me up. So. Absolutely. When you were like, yo, can I?
It's like something she didn't have to do.
I'm just going to pay it forward. Exactly. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Especially when I recognize you, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Because I don't, some people have entitlement. I didn't walk in here when I found out, like, because I came in here, I was in here in the mall doing something. They was like, yo, you got to come through and meet our store manager, Clarence. I'm like, Clarence? And I'm like, I'm not putting 2 and 2 together because I met you, like, you don't.
Under a different name.
Under a different name. So they was like, come back. tomorrow. I'm like, demonstration speak louder than conversation. I'm pulling up and I'm walking in trying to, like, when I saw you on the Instagram, I'm like, he looks so familiar, but I couldn't put your name to it. And so I come in trying to introduce myself like, hey, I'm Taz. I know who you are. I was like, and then sometimes when I introduce myself, people will try to make me feel like I'm being Hollywood because I don't remember them. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to be Hollywood. I just really don't remember.
You,
And so when you said South by Southwest, I just finished the sentence. I said, you came with vintage. I said, I can remember the time. And then I was just like, yo, like, I love what you're doing with the podcast. Can I be on it? I didn't expect because you performed on the South by Southwest stage that we had that I didn't feel entitled to you. If you would have said no, I respect it. And sometimes people come in expecting that. I'm still grateful that you gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So when you were like, come next Wednesday, I'm like, I'm here. And I think that I respect the platform, looking at how professional it is and watching your episodes. I was like, I really like this. And I'm thinking that I do have something to bring to the table.
Absolutely.
So I'm extremely grateful, and I do love what you guys are doing here. And I think that it's incredible. And I'm the first female rapper on here, right?
You're the first female on here.
Yeah.
Oh,
period.
Yeah. So I'm making history.
You know what I'm saying?
Herstory.
For the ladies, because this is it right
I like
here.
that. I like that.
You know what I mean? It's funny because right after we talked, though, like 5 other female personalities hit me up to be on show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
I
universe
gotta
works
say it,
in mysterious ways.
man. Right? And I think when I came in, I asked you. I'm just like, nah, I gotta be the first.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you said you had some other female homegirls that you were.
I still don't remember who it was. I thought of it too when it was off camera. Who it was?
That she was waiting on.
Yeah.
One of them was a really dope songwriter.
I can't even remember. It sucks. She's gonna be mad, but it's all good. I was listening to a lot of your records over the week and the weekend. How do you go about beat selection? I know you said you have a unique selection of beats, and they're based off of different producers and different things, and you work with different people. How do you go about beat selection, and how important is that to you?
Man, it's extremely important. I think so. I got like 10 albums out right now. I got 3 that I just finished, so I'm about to be at 13 by the time we come to 2024. So I would say up until my album Mentally Ill. That album was dedicated to my 5 friends that took their lives. So I did that album, and that was really like a producer that DM'd me and was sending me beats. This is around the I'm sending beats era, Faro Jaro. So he did that. And then I think right after I did that project, I became a little bit more hands-on. It was like, I think I know what I want beats, my projects to sound like. So I would go on the internet, and let's say, for example, I'd find a beat, and I'd be, I like this BPM. I want something like this. Not trying to copy what they did, but I would want something like this. I started doing that around my project Wave Goddess. It's an album all about water. So after I did the Mentally Ill album, I was like, I want to be like Bruce Lee. I want to be like water. Because everybody thought I was just depressed and anxious because I did the Mentally Ill album. So, but it wasn't, I think it got really more meticulous when I got to airplane mode. Like I really sat down and I picked 7. I picked my title of the album first and then my tracks. So for example, airplane mode, I was like, if I'm doing an album called Airplane Mode, I want to make sure that my tracks support the narrative. So I have Baggage Claim, Layover, Turbulence, AP Mode, Cotton Candy Clouds, First Class. I would go through the titles. Once I picked the titles, I'd be like, okay, what do I want this to sound like? So I remember Layover, for example. I was like, if you're going to do a layover at an airport, that's going to be a sexy R&B song. What do I want that to sound like? Aaliyah's Come Over. So I'm like, all right, I got my cousin Chanel Sosa. Shout out to Sosa. I got her to get on Layover. And it kind of just went like that. I think AP Mode was inspired by Tory Lanez. He got a song called D&D, Do Not Disturb Me. So that particular song was inspired by that. Turbulence was inspired by Meek Mill's Trauma. So I could go through, and it doesn't sound nothing like it, but it's just like the same BPM. So now I'm super, super hands-on. Hold
on real quick. Not to cut your wisdom.
Yeah.
So wait, when you make a project, you go through, listen to the beats, make the concepts, and then put the lyrics in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I come up with the title. So I came up with the title Mentally Ill, and then I named the tracks, then I picked the beat. I went to Wave Goddess. I'm like, okay, Wave Goddess, what do you want that to sound like? It's all water. I got Holy Water. I got Wet. I got Brainstorm. I got Drip Splash. I give you the titles. Then I go find, because I know what I want to talk about. Then I got to find, the production actually comes last. Wow, it's like the title, the track title, then the production, and then the lyrics.
That's a fire formula. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That you just gave away some game right now.
Yeah, I was about to
so-
say. I was gonna ask that, like, what's the process? But I mean, she answered it right there.
I mean, everybody has different
I feel like
processes,
different processes
but I
for
feel like
sure,
that's
man.
a really great process. I literally just told my homie to do that same process
Yeah.
because it would help him like conceptualize his album.
Yeah, I like conceptual projects. I want people to go through my discography to feel like they have time capsules that they can like pick out. You can go to mentally ill if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling wavy. Go to Wave Goddess. You want to feel high and fly, or you don't want to be bothered, go to airplane mode. You want to feel like, so in all my next 3 projects, like I said, I'm sitting on 3 albums that I just finished in the last month, and everything moving forward, I just want you to be able to pick, the concepts. Because at first I feel like I was making more playlist type music, and that's cool.
It's like Drake.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. People, I have heard people say that a lot, like it's like a playlist.
it's a playlist, not an album.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cohesively, and I feel like 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I love J. Cole. Like he's my favorite rapper. So, cause even the Marathon or Victory Lap, like I feel like I like albums that take me on trips. Good Kid, Mad City, a whole story. So I think that's like as a female rapper, just as a rapper in general, I want that to be like when you get to Taz, like, and some people don't know it until after they go through my discography. Like, yo, like I didn't realize you did that there, and I'm like, yeah, like that's how I've always thought, like kind of like backwards, like reverse engineering.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. I've always heard different. Like,
Yeah, you
it's
pick your beats and then because I feel like the beats, then if you do, not saying that that's a wrong process, but if you pick the beats, it may just dictate.
What you say on the song.
Yeah.
How you gonna go?
I've always heard
Title.
like lyrics first, then beat.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't write it. You can't write a song without the beat.
Sometimes I
But
might
You
like.
can, but
Yeah, I've had moments like if I'm out and about and I'm like, oh, that's a good hook. Like I have come up with like hooks and be like, okay, I know what I'm gonna call that. Now I gotta find a beat. So, but like 90% of it is,
Oh yeah, now I understand.
yeah, I might be like, yo, I gotta say something like this, and then I'll hold on to it, hit my producer like, yo, can we do something around that? But I don't know. Like I'm just, the process may change, and
I feel like Cole said that. Like he writes the lyrics first sometimes,
mhm.
so because he doesn't want to write solely to the beat.
Yeah,
Like, he wants the lyrics to outstand the beat.
yeah,
That's it. I think I've heard that.
I mean, you can come up with I come up with like punchlines here and there just randomly. Like I might say something and be like, oh yeah, that's going in the song. Like, but I don't have the delivery of how I'm gonna deliver it on the beat yet. So the beat is very important.
mhm.
But like you were saying, so you get your beats. Do you say you get YouTube beats?
No,
People
This-
get YouTube beats. A lot of people get YouTube beats and they be hard.
I was about to say, is there something wrong with that?
It's kind of like frowned upon, but Go was on here.
Mhm.
Go was on here. Go gets 70. Well, maybe not anymore. When I first met Go, all his beats were from YouTube,
Mhm.
and all of them were better than every beat we ever heard. So he wasn't really losing in that
Yeah.
aspect. And after you put a fire song on it, you could just hit up the producer and pay for that beat.
See, for me, all of my beats, when I started, I was doing industry freestyles. Like I said, the Quiet Storm. Like this is like the Dat Piff era. Like I was cool because I didn't know what I was doing. I was starting out. But from like Mentally Ill is all original production. Wave Goddess is all original production. Airplane Mode is all original production. And I don't knock it, but to me, I like to be able to, because I don't understand that process. I like to, because I'm fair. So if I'm going to do a song with a person, like give me a BMI, let me get the United Masters. Like I recently did some features and I didn't find out that they were YouTube beats until after I got on the feature. So I wish it was something that I would have known before, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, did you pay for the beat? Do you know who it is?
Yep.
Like, because I don't want to, I heard that happen with Designer and Panda, like,
Yep.
Different things. I don't want nobody coming after me thinking that like I took their stuff and I didn't know what was going on. So I'm not gonna frown upon it. It's not, I don't have the patience to sit around and go through YouTube and look for beats.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit down, know you, like, yo, pull up your beat pack, like what you got. Like literally before we started this interview, I told you that some guy, Be Holy, I don't know what we about to do, but shout out to him. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, but literally got a DM like, yo, how can I send you beats? And I looked up his credits and he produced for Jay Critch and he produced for Millie's. Like this is really in real time.
Damn, I haven't heard Jay Critch's name in so long.
Yeah,
bro.
like he just DM'd me, said, how can I send you beats? And I just like, I'm an original person. Not saying that you're not an original person if you go through YouTube. I don't have the patience to sit around and comb through the internet, because like J. Cole type beat, Chris Brown type beat. I'm like, oh, you got a lot of time on your hands if you can do that. I don't have a lot of time to
So
do
what
that.
the hottest freestyles come out of YouTube beats.
Yeah, then I would call it, I would put a freestyle out, maybe put it on my YouTube channel, but
Not original song.
Yeah, I like original. Like For real. And plus I co-produce most of my music. Like,
hands-on.
yeah, airplane mode, I co-produce every record. Not like I'm pressing buttons, but like on some Diddy Quincy Jones stuff. Like
Yeah.
I want this here, I want this
Say
here.
it like this. Put this right here, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that takes away my creative element if I'm just like the beat's done. Now, don't get it twisted. My last 2 songs, shout out to Tommy G. I just dropped a song called Leaking last Friday, going crazy. And then I got a song dropping this Friday called Mood. I went in the studio and he pressed play, said, hold up, I got some beats from you. And this rarely happens. I'm like, oh, I like that. So it's kind of like a roller coaster with me. Like typically I've co-produced because it might not be all the way what I need. But like depending on the type of producer you are, if it's that heat, like I might not need you to, because what I look like going in, like let's say God willing, I get in a session with Dr. Dre or somebody.
Type shit.
Nah, I need you to drop that right there, Dre.
Mhm.
Nah, like so I am open, but you just gotta have it. And I didn't have any opposition to his production. I was like, and even Dell gave me 2 beats, and I'm like, yo, this is hard. But and they say your vibe attracts your tribe. I think I'm in a season of just sometimes you gotta let go, like to gain more. And if you just like, it's like if you want God to bless you with something, if your hands are full, God can't put more into your hands. You got to be willing to let go. And I think, like, I have worked with producers before. Like I said, they didn't tell me that they were sampling or Fruity Looping. And I'm like, bro, like, where did this come from? Like, you telling me it's original. And I'm like, yo, imagine me taking my bars and I took my bars and then put it on your beat. You're going to be like, yo, you stole that? And I just don't got time for that. So I kind of just slowly remove myself from situations like that. Because if you're not going to be honest with me about it, then you got me looking crazy. Or if I'm in a podcast and you asking me a question like, no, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I think we should just, be more forthcoming. So I just want to do more original stuff. If we gonna sample, tell me that we sampling. I don't know. I haven't heard every song to know what a sample is or a loop is, Because I think I watched Sunny Digital on a podcast and 808 Mafia, and they were just upset about like people just taking their loops and like that's not producing.
Yeah.
Like
Not original.
yeah.
You said Dell produced Leaking.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. No, Dell is featured on Leakin', but Tommy G produced Leakin'. I just met Tommy. Shout out to Tommy like probably a month ago.
So you said a line on Leaking. Hopefully I'm correct on this line. You said, I want to get married. I'm done being scary.
Yes.
When I heard that, I was like, damn, she putting pressure on shit. So are you about to get married? What's going on right now? Are you done being scary? What's happening?
Damn.
Am I?
Yo, god damn.
Yeah, man. Shout out to your lady.
Am I?
Pressure.
You
put pressure on me, I got to put it back.
I'm married to my music right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I am done. You caught me off guard with that.
You feel
one.
me? You got to throw a curve. I said it's gonna be curveballs.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, like I think what I will say, I think that line, although it rhymes,
Okay.
I think that it's very more relative to to people in general.
Yeah.
Like when you think about, I think there's some people that want to be in relationships that want to be exclusive, but then sometimes you want to be outside. You want to be inside and you want to be outside. So when I say I'm done being, I want to get married, I'm done being scary, it's like the idea of it, I think in the back of our heads, like we all want that commitment to somebody. And then there's a lot of cold feet and some fears in it. So it was more like it wasn't necessarily just specific to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so just like, I'm speaking for the masses.
Yeah.
I think that deep down inside, none of us want to die alone. None of us really want to be alone. And sometimes like when you in the house and you're by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're just like, I ain't got nobody to spoon with because you want to be outside or you don't want to deal with this energy or that energy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's what that.
All right, I'm gonna turn it real quick.
Media trained.
Big spoon, big spoon or little spoon?
Oh,
Little spoon. I'll answer that.
He's a little spoon.
I'm a little
type
spoon.
of guy.
Okay,
This guy's 6'4" with a little spoon.
Okay, I don't understand what you mean. Like
Like
wait,
he's in front.
Oh.
you're in the front?
No,
I don't
yeah,
think she's catching what little spoon is.
Yeah, I'm just
so
like-
how the spoon sit in the
You
drawer?
cut it like
the big
cuddling.
spoon sits on the bottom of the big spoon. The big spoon sits on the bottom of the little spoon. The little spoon holds the big spoon.
I don't think she's.
Wait, the big
Typically-
spoon holds the little spoon, right?
It's
So
like-
are you're the
Yeah.
big spoon, right?
No.
No, he said he's a little spoon. Yeah, he
I just-
getting held. He like
You-
to be held. He
you're-
like to
you're
be
getting
cuddled.
held from the back?
Yeah, he like to be cuddled.
Oh, I mean that's I'm the big spoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't.
me too.
I'm not saying that like.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I
Yeah.
had to put. I'm over here trying to put myself in the bed right now. Like, yeah, I'm the big spoon.
Okay.
But like, if I fall asleep and I wake up and then like, cause sometimes like Shorty might put her head in your back and you wake up and she might be behind you or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like, nah, bring that ass here. Like,
Okay.
But you like to be held.
Little spoon, yeah.
That's
like
cute.
To be held.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Sometimes I hold him like it's like
Don't
a
ever do that
child,
again in your
like
life.
cradle him.
I saw something about your thighs on the
Yeah, they
It's specifically in these jeans too.
yeah.
Yeah.
they talk about his thighs. He's
My
always
thighs,
twerking them,
my
shaking them.
outfits.
Dude, why they be talking about your
Nah,
Yeah.
outfit's lit. Outfit's lit now, but the
Nah.
thigh shaking. Actually, the thigh shaking's got better too.
Yeah, because I be focusing on it.
You feel me?
You
Yeah, I
focus on
got
your
bullied
thigh.
out of it.
Yeah.
Not really. You
Not
got
really. I do be doing it.
you got coached into
I got tics.
Yeah,
Like, I can't
the nervous
stop.
tics.
I can't stop moving.
So you shake your thighs?
Yeah, shake.
and amongst other things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Tap my foot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll continuously do this.
Yeah.
I'll scratch my nose.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'm
tough
aware-
to get over nervous tics.
I'm aware of what I'm doing.
Do you have any nervous tics?
I don't think so.
No. Look,
No.
as she does one.
No,
Yeah,
like
she does one.
well, because peep this. Like, remember I said I had the allergic reaction. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna talk about what happened with that, but like I wasn't about to cancel this podcast either, so it could just be subconsciously.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
because
this
you
one.
asked, like, because I'm just like I've been blowing my nose like since the allergic reaction. They put the fish sauce in my food, so yeah, like I don't think I have any nervous. This is crazy. I did that because I've been blowing my nose ever since the
Yeah.
allergic reaction.
mean-
so I look all right though.
Yeah, you look
All right, for
great.
sure,
you look
for sure,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Great
our movements are just like secondhand. We just don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
Like-
I know I don't have like a
Like a shake or nothing
yeah,
like that.
nah,
yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
I like to be still.
Yeah, me too. I try and chill out.
Stillness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even be realizing it half the time.
Which is still a good thing though. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I enjoy it. I like to watch it back in 0.5. Pretty funny. Have you watched anything in 0.5 before?
Like the
So like
speed.
the speed.
It's
It's
kind
like
of
chopped and screwed.
No, I mean unless it's like already slowed down on TikTok or something, like, or like it makes me think
to
about Animal
purposefully
Planet.
slow down something is kind of crazy. Like
Not really.
it's
So you
really
can catch
crazy.
every single thing, every nuance. It's
Doesn't the
amazing.
iPhone let you do that? Like
Yeah.
if you want to shoot in slow motion, it's
I mean,
like
if you want,
Well, I'm not talking
shoot it.
about
No, he's
shooting. I'm talking about
purposefully
Oh,
slowing
consuming.
it down.
Yes, in 0.5. That's how you get the best jokes.
No.
Sometimes we might say a joke right here,
Mm,
and we just like somebody didn't catch it.
yeah.
When you watch it in 0.5, you can see the
So-
joke, and you like, oh shit,
It's like
that was actually
it's
really
like hearing a
hilarious.
podcast, but we're talking like
Like
this the whole
And
time.
my name is
is
Taz
Coon.
Tycoon.
But not even that slow.
Why did you name
Yourself
yourself Taz
Tycoon.
Tycoon? Yeah, like that's crazy. I would rather hear it in 1.5 speed.
Yeah, like I be having stuff to do. I need to get through it. Like honestly, that sounds like Clear Eyes. Like even if I'm listening to an audiobook, like come on, like
It's for
Hurry
the
up.
give me
jokes,
the
man.
information.
It's for the jokes, man. You got to get it for the jokes. Anyway,
Mhm.
I want to talk about some of the music that you've been making. I listened to a lot of your discography, and it seems to be that in the past couple, I don't know, years,
Mhm.
it's been geared towards the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies.
When I hear some of your music, I feel like I'm listening to Drake or Big Sean in that sense. Sean does a lot of music like that, and Fab does that too.
Shout out Fab, one of my biggest inspirations. I'm glad you picking up what I'm putting down,
Come on
bro.
now,
Come on,
now,
I like
come on
that.
now.
Love
I
Fab.
seen it. So
Yeah.
I was just like, when I heard it, I was like, okay, like this is something I could play in the car with my lady. You know
Come
what I mean?
on,
This is-
right.
Or
In the
room
bedroom
to
with
get
your
it started.
lady.
Yeah, to get it
either
started.
way, in the
So-
car, in the bed, I'm there. I got you. I got you, ladies.
Is that inspiration just for you trying to create that moment for the ladies, or is that from personal experience? What is that for?
It's actually both.
Okay.
All of the lady songs are from a personal experience.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna just leave that there. I'm not gonna get too deep into my business. If you like the music for the ladies, go listen. I'm on all DSPs.
Oh no, I got something for you. Don't worry.
Oh God. Okay.
Mhm.
But as far as it is very intentional. Fab, it's so interesting that you brought him up, man. I always felt like Fab could do songs with Jadakiss, then give you songs with Uzi, but then he'll give you So Into You, do songs with Lil Mo. I think he's somebody that is just has a great like niche on his relatability. You know what I'm saying? And I think that at the end of the day, I think even Drake too, right? When Drake first came out, he'll give you songs for the ladies, but then he got songs for the guys too. And I've always, out of every project I've dropped, I've always had one song for the ladies on every album that I've done. and it's always streamed the best.
Mhm.
So like it was earlier this year, I dropped my song TSA, Touch and Squeeze All Over on airplane mode. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. Yeah, so I did that. I dropped the song TSA, and I was in VA and I was performing, and I ran into this guy named Hal, and he heard Layover in TSA and was like, "Yo, these are some hits. Like, you need to focus on these ladies' records more."
Mhm.
And when I would perform, I wouldn't always perform my ladies' records. They would just always be there for you to stream. So I was like, let me start like performing them. And when I performed them, because some of my ladies' records have features on them, so it was like, I don't really want to perform the feature if they're not here. So TSA was my first time doing a ladies' record without actually having a feature on it. So it allowed me to kind of be more, I had more like flow with doing it. So I performed TSA, and like at the end, I'm like, take it off, turn around, spread your legs, pat you down. And I'm looking at the girls in the crowd and they like listening. And I'm like, damn, like, why would I ever want to like drop bars for guys? Like, and I just kind of saw the energy towards me. And it was like, you know what, let me kind of like make more of this. So for this whole year, like I've just been like, as I even said, like for the rest of the year, I'm gonna just do nothing but ladies records. And
Absolutely.
that was very intentional.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. Make sure you check out my song Intentions. That was very intentional.
We are going to talk about water in a few,
Mm-hmm.
but right now, I would like to know, how do you make a punani tsunami?
How do you make a punani tsunami? Oh,
What exactly is a punani?
a punani?
Yeah.
It's a synonym.
Mm.
How?
Okay, I'm just putting you to touch.
No, I mean I don't know what words I'm allowed to say and not say on this. I don't know if this is rated R or PG.
We could bleep anything out, but
Okay,
feel
punani
comfortable.
is punani is a synonym for pussy, vagina,
Nice.
coochie, twat, nana. Like I don't know.
And I understand that part now.
Yeah,
A lot of a lot of gentlemen out there don't know how to make a tsunami though.
a tsunami.
Maybe like a little small puddle
Yeah.
here and there, but a tsunami.
How do you make a punani?
The constant drippage that is in your music,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of dripping. It's a lot of water going on. It's a lot.
Shout out to Tidewater.
We're going to get to there. But we're talking about this one first. The guys
Okay.
need to understand what's
Okay.
going on.
They want to know.
And some of the ladies.
So how do I make a punani tsunami? Man, I mean, it's not on me, it's in me. You know, and I guess it's in her too. I would say the punani tsunami, I've seen some things. Yo, I'm so weak. I did not know you were gonna ask me this, but I love it. I'm not turning down no challenges. The punani tsunami, it's a combination of things. Sometimes like I could just be on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
With the words.
Yeah, the wordplay turn into foreplay. You dig? It could just be like, oh, you smell good, Taz. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on hygiene. You know, I take nice baths and showers, and I make sure I smell great at all times. I think grooming and looking good. Shout out to my parents. They're who made me. Y'all did y'all thing when y'all did that. Shout out to y'all. I think I don't know. Like I said, there's been some times like I've seen things on FaceTime. I've gotten text messages and videos, and I'm like, damn, you that what? Like, I'm not even in the room. I'm like, I'm trying to get
The
there.
thought of you.
The thought, like,
Yeah.
you would think that I was there. I'm like, did you use a toy or something? Like, that's just like that. Like, I've seen, like, I've like, so this is like, when I say experience, like I said, I'm trying to keep it PG. Like, I'm not going to get into like exactly what I'm doing when I get there. But by the time it's like flooding. The levees done broke before I even got there. Like, so the tsunami is like when I get up in there and it's just like
It's gone.
Tycoon, Tidewater, something in the water.
That's fire. I just want the guys to understand that and how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have to make a OnlyFans class.
Hey, that's
Or
money. That's
Something,
money right there.
you know, like let me do a one-on-one. Can I make it? Tycoon can make your punani tsunami.
You feel me?
Yeah, that'd be a hilarious like infomercial commercial.
Right.
Hilarious,
You know what I'm saying? Punani tsunami.
But it
Like,
will be also informative. I'm telling you. It's a lot of people who have no idea.
I didn't know that. I mean, I feel like if you're struggling in that department, like you shouldn't be trying to dive off that diving board. Like I just feel like getting wet shouldn't be I've never had that issue for like it's just been there. Like I've like I don't no shade to anybody that needs lube or whatever. Like I just never needed nothing extra. Like, and I guess it's just a blessing. Like You see my shirt, I'm a success symbol.
You
know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying? A success, I'm a success symbol and a sex symbol. So maybe that's a part of it too.
There's a meme out there of some chick and she's like, I was dry because the fan was on. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it's pretty hilarious.
There's been ceiling fans on and it was never dry.
Yeah, no.
Bed wet.
In fact, it's probably getting cold in there because it's so wet.
Yeah, you got to take the sheets off.
Yeah.
Like, you can fall asleep in it and it's like drown in it. Like, it's like
okay.
a water bed.
Awesome. I just want to understand that. Now, segueing to water. So you have this lovely water here. It's called Tidewater.
Tidewater. Shout out to the 7.5.
Can you explain to me where you got the name from? What's the ideal behind it? Are you going to a spring and getting this, this water straight from the mountains?
Straight from the Punani Tsunami.
Yeah, if that is good. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what she said. Drink it up.
It's good. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on, let me get the.
So this water actually comes from a spring mountain in West Virginia. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. But if you look on the map where I'm from in Virginia, it's called the Tidewater region. They have like Tidewater Community College, Tidewater Drive. So back in 2014, I came up with the idea to release a water company, but I didn't really know how to go about doing it. Then when the pandemic happened in 2020, there wasn't water anywhere. So it became a call to action to be able to supply water for those in need. So I kind of just was like, I think because the scarcity of water wasn't there, me being able to go through and research, like, okay, how can I get this done? I'm not personally going to the well myself. I have a excuse me, I have a packaging distribution company that bottles the water, but it is from an actual spring. I have a spring water line. I have a oh, excuse me. I have alkaline water that I'm about to release soon. Getting into CBD and mint water. But Pharrell said that there's something in the water, and it's something in the tile water. You dig?
So when it comes to wet, was it easy to distinguish your lyrics and intention? What was it? Was this intentional when you made these records? Was it intentional?
Wait, the Intentions record or wet? Hold on, run that back.
No.
Okay.
Was it intentional when you made the records about being wet?
Yes, very intentional.
Okay.
Yeah, Wet was off of the album Wave Goddess. So remember how I was saying that, like, I come up with the track title?
Yes.
And then I come up with the tracks. So when I did the album Wave Goddess, I'm like, okay, I'm the goddess of the music waves. When you have a music file, you can have a wave or an MP3. So I'm like, I am the wave. I got Tidewater. So what happens on the wave? You get wet. So that was all the way intentional.
And if it's a tsunami, you might drown. So let's try to
tsunami.
learn
That was
how
a
to
nat.
swim.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think that was when I really just I think one of my first. I don't know if they're nasty songs, but one of my songs curated for the ladies. One of the first ones was Phone Sex, and that was like that was nice. But I feel like Wet. I took it there. Wet was a lot more graphic.
Is phone sex fulfilling? I've never had phone sex.
Neither.
It's interesting. Like, okay, I feel like I don't know if phone sex is like
Normalized.
like, I've never acted out phone sex like, oh, right there, don't stop. Like, I don't.
Oh, so you just be on the other line. Yeah, right there, don't stop.
Nah,
Playing 2K.
it's like I feel like phone sex is more like you talking like when I see you, like yo, you, like it's more like an anticipation. So when I did phone sex, it was like more like I'm just like if you on the phone with your girl, like, hey, you better stop playing. I'm on my way, like type shit or whatever. But I feel like I don't know if people are really like open your mouth, bend over, like like I don't know. That's not what I mean when I say phone sex. It's just like I'm talking, a little nasty on the phone. So for me, that's why the Punani is tsunami by the time I get there because of the little phone sex we had. You know what I'm saying before I pulled up.
The precursor to touching and squeezing all over your body.
TSA.
You know what I mean? So when you talk about TSA, very catchy hook, great production.
Thank you.
When crafting these records, like what's going through your mind? Like you say, you thought of the ideas, you thought of the beats, you put it all together. Like now when I'm putting these lyrics down, what are you hoping for? You're hoping to connect, like, or are you hoping to the lady who you trying to touch and squeeze all over her body, you're hoping that she's connected to it. What's the idea behind it?
Like I think for example, like
Behind touching and squeezing all over your body specifically.
TSA. Yeah, for sure. So you know how like if you talking to guys and you drop a bar, they be like, oh, that was a bar. But if you talk to a girl and you say something that's witty or clever, they'll be like, oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like when a girl hears something clever, they're gonna say it's cute, but a guy gonna be like, that was a bar. So for TSA, I was working on a deluxe to airplane mode, but that was kind of taking long. So it's turning into something else that I'm not gonna say on camera right now because I don't want to spoil it. But just be on the lookout 2024. But I was like, okay, what are all the things that I didn't get to say on airplane mode? Because my ladies record for airplane mode was layover. So I was like, all right, what can I do that I haven't done? I'm like, TSA. What do they do at TSA? They touch you. They squeeze you all over your body. Mm-hmm. So it became like an acronym, like how you got TLC. And I'm like, nah, we not going to jack TLC anymore. It's TSA. So I wanted something that was like very clever and witty. I wanted it to be something that went over your head, kind of like a carry-on. Shout out to my record Carry-On. Y'all can get that too. So I wanted something that was like very witty and clever. And when I just, touching and squeezing all over your body, TSA, it was really, shout out to Victoria Monet. It really was inspired by Victoria Monet. So she got a song called FUCK, Friend You Can Keep. Mm-hmm. And I think the hook is like, I want to be a friend you can keep, FUCK, FUCK. And when I heard that, I'm like, I got to do something like that. But I didn't know that it was going to be TSA. But shout out to, Victoria Monet. She going crazy with her album Jaguar. On My Mama, she's snapping. So this happened, like I said, probably 2 years ago. Came up with the concept. And it was my first time doing an R&B type record by myself. Remember I said I always did songs with my cousin Sosa or whatever. So this was my first attempt. And then when I did the record, I remember Dell was like, he mixed it for me. Faro produced it, co-produced it. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, it was Victoria Monet's Friend You Could Keep. So I wanted something like that in that tempo. I'm with Faro. We cooking it up. And when Dell heard it, we were about to export it. He was like, it's missing something. I'm like, what's it missing? And he put these background vocals on it. And he was like singing in the back, touching and squeezing because he can sing. And I was like, oh, that's hard. So people always be like, who is that guy in the back like singing that, whatever. He gave it, a different texture, pause. Crazy. But yeah, so did I answer the question? I'm sorry. You said for TSA. So yeah, I feel like when you're in airplane mode and you with me, I just want you to feel like that you could take a trip with me. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through TSA and I just want something that people could. Would y'all have sex to that? Like, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I seen you in the airport also doing TSA record.
That was real.
Yeah,
that was not
I
green
can see
screen.
it. I can see it was real.
Oh, wow.
I think it's interesting because that's a new wave, right? It's like kind of like showcasing your song in its element. And I think that was ingenious because you was headed somewhere and you was like,
let me tell you about
hold the camera real quick. Let's get busy.
Let me tell you how crazy this is. So I'm on my way to VA to visit my mom, about to surprise her for Mother's Day. I'm at the airport. I'm about to get on my Delta flight. The girl closed the doors in my face saying you missed your flight, but she let these two other people in. I wanted to smack fire out of her. I'm like, and I'm in airplane mode. And I'm like, why is you playing with me? Mm-hmm. I need another flight. You're going to have to pay $500. I'm like, what? I got to pay $500? I'm not doing that. So I go out the airport. I'm trying to get on American Airlines or whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go back. I go back. I tell the lady at the counter what happens. So mind you, it's May 3rd, but TSA is dropping 5/5 Cinco de Mayo. So when I get back through the airport, I had to wait 2 hours. So I'm like, if I got to wait 2 hours and I know I got a song coming out, my marketing hat went off. I'm like, I'm not going to leave here without doing some type of promo. So what happened was when I went through TSA, I'm like, I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. I got enough time to do it. So I had took my, I'm sweating because of all the running and back and forth that I'm doing. So my shirt is kind of soaked. So I take you know how you got to go through the thing or whatever. They was like, hoodies off, laptops out. They be going crazy. They be acting so aggressive at TSA.
Absolutely.
So when they said, take your hoodie off, the girl was like, you don't have a shirt on under that? I'm like, no. Mind you, I lied.
Can we talk about that? Why do women not wear shirts under their sweaters?
No, I had a shirt on.
Okay.
But when she said I didn't, my shirt was kind of drenched from all that running around.
Okay.
So I just said I didn't.
Okay.
So she just was like, whatever. She didn't care. So now I'm in my sports bra. And I'm in my socks and my pants. and I'm going through TSA, and I'm trying to kill time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, y'all seen some headphones? So I'm trying to extend my time at TSA. So they was like, what they look like? I'm like, they corded. I really didn't lose my headphones. I had AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
So now they going through, looking. They was like, well, which one was you at? I said, I came through the first time. I missed my flight. They going through all of them. So I got my phone like this, and I'm like, I love how you touch me, babe. Touch me and squeeze me like TSA. I'm trying to get every angle I can. I'm trying to really get somebody with a jacket so you can see that I'm at TSA.
You got somebody.
This is what ended up happening.
Yeah.
So I'm filming it. Some dude comes up to me. He was like, you want me to film you? I'm like, you the police? He's like, no, I'm not the police. I'm like, for real? Because I thought I was about to get in trouble.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I've been watching you since you came through.
Yeah.
He was like, I see what you're doing. I want to help. I'm like, for real? He
That's
was
hard.
like, yeah. So they keep saying, we still looking for your headphones. I'm like, bro, we got all of like 3 minutes. I said, let's run the whole song. Mind you, it was grainy. I needed an upgrade to my phone, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to take whatever you can get. So he was like, where you want me at? I'm like, just stand right here.
Just stand right.
So he
Right
stands here. I don't put my shirt on. So if you see the people at the thing,
Yeah.
they putting their
working.
stuff on the belt.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I love how you touch me, babe. Touch me and squeeze me like TSA. People are like, did you green screen this? I'm like, no. And he was like, I love how fearless and how bold you were. And he actually ended up being I think he has a company called Subwires, and he does stuff with Hannibal Buress, the comedian.
Mhm.
He has shows at SOBs and South by Southwest, and he said his company is, like built on doing pop-ups, like creative, like unorthodox pop-ups. So he said seeing me perform TSA like that just took him out. He was like, yo, I just could not believe that you were doing it. And it just ended up working out. And then the police ended up coming up saying, we couldn't find your headphones. And I'm like, it's all good. I'll just go buy some. And by the time, and we got the whole song. So I just, yeah,
The finesse.
yeah.
The finesse is underrated. Like,
And it was
finessing
great
is
for the
underrated.
drop, for the rollout, because the song dropped 5-5. I shot the video 5-3. So when 5-5 came, it was like TSA out right now. And I
Talk
was like,
about the
damn.
numbers. Talk about the numbers.
Yeah.
Temporality is
Imagine what you
important.
got.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad you said that. This is a pivot. But I wanted to talk about it earlier, but I do have to talk about it because it's just in here.
Mhm.
Why do you think people are so embarrassed about mental health issues? That's a heavy pivot. So I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But
Um,
I can't tell the story, but our co-host couldn't make it today.
is everything okay?
Yeah, everything should be okay. I'm gonna give him a call after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn. I was gonna make a joke, but not about the co-host. But you was like mental health. You gotta get
That's
some.
fine. Make a joke.
Get some more
If
head.
he was here, I'll make a joke too.
Get some
Yeah.
more head. That'll help with your mental
that'll
health.
help with your mental health for sure.
Yeah, getting head.
Absolutely.
Giving head, getting head, whatever.
Yeah.
Get ahead. Like.
Give me head, get ahead,
Get ahead.
give some head.
Yeah.
Bars is flying around everywhere.
That's what I
Pretty
just.
much.
Yeah. I just love to do it. I should be a bartender.
Wow.
But like,
Um,
what makes people embarrassed? I feel like if something's going wrong with me, I don't want to tell everybody. I might not tell anybody. I just
Yeah.
had a death in my family, and honestly, I didn't tell anybody. I
I'm
just
sorry.
kept coming to work. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and I thought about it. I was just like, damn, why didn't I say anything? Like, was I embarrassed? Like,
Mhm.
talking to you and like researching you made me think about that. Like, why are people embarrassed about that?
Man, Jay-Z, I think he said, you can't heal what you don't reveal. Like I said, I lost 5 friends to suicide, and I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly, if it's committed suicide, because then they said that if you say it like that, it's almost like you're committing a crime. Forgive me for not being politically correct, because this is a very serious matter. I lost 5 friends, and I didn't see any of the signs. I don't know what it is. Like, you want to have that balance. Like, you don't want to tell everybody your business, because everybody's not happy for you. A lot of people can hate on you. I literally, one of my friends that took his life had hit me like 2 weeks before he did it, and was like, yo, how do you make it? And I still got the Facebook message. I'm like, how do you make it? Like, I haven't made it. I don't know how to answer that. But I guess to him, I had made it. This is when I was doing the celebrity interviews on YouTube. I didn't make it. I was in college.
You made it.
Okay, I made it.
Yeah, you made it.
But to him, I don't know if my advice should have been pick up a camera, go and film people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what to say. I can't say what makes them embarrassed, but my mom, shout out to my moms, always told me to just tell her how I feel about everything. I'm very open about my feelings, and some people are introverted, and some people keep things to themselves, like you were saying you do, because it's like you may have trust issues. Some people may try to use it against you. Some people may try to hurt you, embarrass you, tell your business. So I think there's a fine line. Like, I definitely wear my heart on my sleeve, and people always say to me, you know, you need to be more real and share your feelings. Like, if you go to my music, you can find out how I feel. If you listen to my song, Air It Out, there are sometimes, it's not just freaky songs and stuff like that for the ladies. There is some real hard truths in there. I do advocate for therapy. I do advocate for journaling. Um, when I did the album Mentally Ill, that was like my way of trying to say like express yourself, say what you got going on. Like, so I did the album Mentally Ill to pay homage to my friend Sonia Sunshine. That's why the cover art is yellow. And I became a mental health advocate because I'm just like, if sticks and stones may break my bones and words will never hurt me, let me put myself out there. Let me see what it feels like to say I'm mentally ill. And it was really like a play off words because, you know, Nas's first album was Illmatic. And I thought to myself, like, I could be like, hey, yo, Clarence, them kicks is ill. I could be like, your shirt is ill. But if I say you mentally ill, why isn't ill not used in the same light? I wanted to give ill, like, I'm mentally ill, borderline genius.
Yeah, change your perception.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
know, and I think there's a fine line. Albert Einstein talks about that. Kanye talks about that there's a fine line between it. And I think meditating and just really sitting with your thoughts, like, and being by yourself, like, getting to understand what it is and, like, trusting your thoughts. I think sometimes social media, being outside, comparing yourself, I don't know what it is, but I don't mind, like, I like the duality of being able to say, I'm not okay, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, because I lost 5 friends. So I'm very vocal about it. So like, don't get it twisted. I don't want everybody blowing up my phone. My phone is on D&D 24 hours a day. Unless you're in my mindfulness group, you can't reach me. Like, because I'm very big on myself. So I feel like my self-love, like me being like very isolated. I've been to myself a lot lately, but that's so that I can understand what it is. Like, you can't be codependent on your spouse, your mother, your kids, your coworkers. You really got to get to know yourself. But if you're not okay by yourself, learn who you can talk to and where you can go to until you can. So I commend you, like you said, for one, sorry for your loss, but I commend you being able to speak up about it. Because you don't know, like, death hits everybody differently. You don't know what it's going to be like. And it's like, but you got to have discernment. I pray for discernment so much more now because I used to make the wrong mistake of telling the wrong people the wrong thing. And some people are, because I guess on paper, Taz look like she lit, look like she balling. So people are waiting for my downfall because I don't post that negativity or that type of stuff on social media. So if I vent to the wrong person, man, I saw a quote the other day that said that some people talk about you because they lost the privilege to talking to you. Yeah, some people talk about you because they lost the privilege to talk to you. Shout out to y'all that can't reach me anymore. I'm in airplane mode for real. I don't allow people to get close to me anymore because a lot of people, especially after my Nana, rest in peace to my Nana, my Bumblebee. I lost her this year, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. This year has been like one of the most challenging years of my life. But if I told you what I went through, you wouldn't believe it. Like, if I made the music that reflected what I went through this year, it would be Mentally Ill 2.0. So I actually have been pouring myself into this love-making music or this music for the ladies because it's like, shout out to Adele and all the people that can give heartbreak albums and Summer Walkers. I don't want to do that. I already went through it. And I think that what's happened, I became more melodic probably over the last 3 or 4 months. I was going through so much pain that I couldn't rap about it anymore. I literally had to sing about it because I needed an outlet, and music became like my soundboard to get it out. So it's like, I'm going through a lot as we speak right now. And if people really knew, it'd be like, man, she words it so well and with so much grace. And I kind of feel like it's God putting me through the test. Like, are you ready for this lifestyle? Like, I heard that the baby's dad passed away right before he went on tour. Like, the things that you've heard about people, like Michael Jordan playing in the flu games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't look like I'm a leader. I'm a tycoon. Like, there's people that the Tazmania Show still has to go on no matter what happens. So I'm just doing a better job of doing that. But man, my music has been my outlet, and I tried to figure out what it is. I've been back hooping. I used to play basketball in college and high school. You got to get back to the things that give you like a sense of expression. Like, I haven't smoked in probably like 2 months. Been really taking on sobriety differently. Not that I had any issues with drinking or smoking, but like, I want to feel. I want to feel what it is that I'm going through. So I can't speak to why people don't. I just want to be able to speak to it, and just like, your vibe attracts your tribe. Know who you sharing your business with.
Absolutely. Speaking of vibe attach, would you say vibe?
Your vibe attracts your
attracts your
tribe.
tribe.
Yeah,
Speaking of vibe attracting your tribe, who would you say tribe are you a part of, right? Fan base. Who is the best female MC
The best?
in your opinion?
You
I seen you with one of them. I seen you with one of them goats.
talking about Rhapsody?
I'm talking about Rhapsody.
Okay. I have a few. I can't just listen. The way the female, like I want to say for one, I'm a fan. I'm not, and one thing and I'm not saying that you're doing this because I know you're not. It's so many times where it's like women are being pit against each other, and I do hate that because it doesn't have to be who's best, Nas or Jay or Tupac or Biggie or Cardi or Nicki.
It's open field.
Yeah. I think for me, I have a list of women that I like, so I don't have like the best. But I love Lauryn Hill.
Go.
I love Missy Elliott. Shout out to VA.
Go.
I love Rhapsody.
Go.
I love Remy Ma. Bars go crazy.
Bars.
I love Nicki.
Bars.
I love Lotto. Lotto been going crazy since the rap game. I love
Bars.
I love Cardi. I love Lakia too from QC. She been going stupid. I've been watching her on Impact ATL. She been going crazy. Coi Leray. I think that there's so many different vibes right now. Your Lola Brooks. Like I said, I'm not gonna go down the list of all of them, but those are like the few. I'm hoping I'm not missing any female that I really want to mention right now. TAZ Tikoon, definitely gotta put myself
Come on,
up
I
in
thought you
there.
should say her first.
Yeah.
It's top.
Yeah, TAZ Tikoon. Because I'm thinking about the other ladies too. So what I said, Lauryn Hill, Missy, Remy Ma, Rhapsody, Nicki, Cardi, Lotto, Lakia, TAZ Tikoon.
It's a lot. It's a lot out there. It's definitely a platform for females these days. Honestly, I feel like the females rapping better than the guys these days.
Yeah. What about y'all? Who you got?
I like all the guys all the girls you said.
Yeah. You said
number
Koi is really good.
Koi is really good. The best female album right now
Female album? Who?
is I've been listening to. I'm terrible.
He loves the Doja Cat album.
Doja Cat.
There you go.
Scorpion.
There
I've
you
been,
go.
I've been listening to Doja
Nah,
Cat
I
ever
can't.
since she dropped So High back
Yeah.
in 2014.
Doja used to be way better, but now
sure.
she's still fire.
I forgot about
People
Doja
can't
Cat.
get across the devil shit. But that's just a ploy.
Yeah.
That's not what she even
I'm
knows.
tripping for not mentioning
Yeah,
her.
Doja is
She's
a
such an
beast.
artist to me. Not saying that she's not a rapper, but she's barred up.
Yeah.
Like she's a Barbie. She's barred up. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why Nicki said she got Barbies, because she barred up. But I gotta add Doja to the list. I love Doja Cat. I think her antics, like sometimes you gotta pivot and do different things. But I remember like So High was one of my 2015. I heard that, and she was going. I love Doja Cat. Oh my gosh, she was going crazy. Yeah, shout out to Doja Cat too.
Going crazy.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
yeah. You said Coi Leray.
Coi Leray. Yeah.
Coi Leray go
Did
crazy.
you see her Angie Martinez interview she just dropped?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that was fire in real life. Yeah.
Coi Leray, friend of the store, come back home. We haven't seen her in a while, but
Oh yeah, she be
popping
coming in
on
here.
them. Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, I love her voice, her sound. I love her confidence. Like, I just like how she carries herself. Like, and like I said, I'm hoping like I could collab with any of them for real. Like, I love all of them. Like, for real. Like,
I like her authenticity. Coi Leray is obviously an industry kid.
Mhm.
Her dad, Benzino, but she is really from these streets. Like, you know what I mean? When she exudes streetwear.
yeah.
So her style, she come in here, I tell my employees all the time, like, yo, don't play around. Like, she know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, get this. Like, she can be like, what are you talking about? Like, I know this. You know what I mean? I do research. So
Do you have a favorite? I mean, is she, when you're talking about fashion, would you say that Coi is your favorite female streetwear artist? Like, if putting that shit on?
I would say Coi is up there. She's top 3.
Who's the other 2?
I like what's her name? I like Nicki. I like how Nicki get it done.
Okay.
And then I also like Doja.
Missy.
Oh, shout out to Young and May too. I forgot to mention Young and May.
Young M.A. is crazy.
Yeah. I'm going crazy. She barred up
But
for
I like
sure.
how
Yeah,
Missy
yeah.
Elliott used to just
Missy
Yeah,
Elliott used to
Missy.
be crazy.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott got bars too. Like, people don't understand Missy Elliott. Like, her song crafting is amazing.
She's Lil Wayne's favorite artist. Did you know that?
Yeah.
When he said that, I'm like, that's his biggest inspiration. I'm not shocked, but it's like she'll give you Hot Boys, Can't Stand the Rain. Then like She sings, she produced. Like Missy
Flow
is
pattern,
such a
everything. She
and the
writing
first
for
female
everybody.
inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's
Come on now.
Virginia. They got a street named after her in VA. She from the Tidewater.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanna keep it on fashion real quick.
Mhm.
What inspires your fashion and style? I see you came through dripping. What inspires you to get dressed?
What's
and
a
get
little
fly?
slow leak? I
Okay.
wouldn't even say it's a
Do a
drip.
little something light.
Yeah, slowly.
Everybody say that.
Yeah, I mean, no, for real, because it's like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, when I started in high school, like my mom used to take us to New York every year, to go shopping in New York. We would go to like Fordham Road. We would go to Bergen Street in Brooklyn, go to Atrium, go to Vinny's, go to Kith. I was big on streetwear, Naked and Famous denim, nudies. My goodness. I worked at DTLR when I was in high school, so I worked at Usual Suspects. I was rocking antique denim, True Religions, Visus, Red Monkeys. Like this is in high school. Like I had bread. Like I would save all my stuff for the end of the school year. You know, everybody wearing sweatpants at the end of the year. Like I would write literally in 30 days. I would write every single thing I wore on the calendar, so I did not repeat it. The only thing that could get repeated were my sneakers. So I'm talking about. I had like my burgundy and gray 5s. I had my olive 5s. I had my Olympic 6s, my Olympic 7s, my yellow, black, and white 7s. I can't even tell you all the names. I had my Euro Dunks. I had my Thrashing SBs. I had my playoff 12s. I had Greedy Geniuses. I had
Greedy Genius is a classic. You just put a bar out there. And
yeah,
he don't know
Greedy
what that is.
Geniuses. Come on, the box was crazy.
Yeah,
like
the box was crazy.
that's
the
what she
shoes
said.
Was crazy. Yeah,
The kicks, I was big on that. Like I was really rocking SBs and starter caps in early 2000s. Like I'm talking about my SB game was unmatched. I'm talking about I had the space SBs. Like they look like space. Like I said, I had the Euro Dunks. I had the Thrashing SBs. I had the tie-dye SBs. And I sold a lot of them regular. Like not even like I sold. Imagine selling all my kicks. Even my newbies, I had a crazy newbie collection. I've been rocking newbies since 2013. So when I seen newbies coming around, shout out Patrick Cassidy. I was trying to do a collaboration with New Balance back in 2013. And I had the barbershop newbies. It was a pack, the red pack of New Balances, and then the blue pack and the gray pack.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was heavy on that. And then I kind of chilled off of streetwear heavy because I wanted to invest in my music. So and then I got big on making my own merch, but that's been like inconsistent. But like, you know, today, like I'm just, you know, what are these? The taupes, the taupe 4s. I got some Subies on, my little success symbol shirts. I got the TAZ Tikoon State of Mind hat. I got my Basquiat watch. I got this from the Basquiat exhibit. But no, I'm actually working on getting into modeling. I ran into a guy at InvestFest named Charles, and I told him about me wanting to do New York Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week. Like when I came here and I was telling you, like, I want to model for Sworn. I want to model for Magnolia Park. Like, I really feel like
Swan was just in the live too, by the way, so they know you about to be on here too.
they
so.
do.
Yeah,
Shout out to Sworn. Like I've been dropping gems on y'all page every day because it's like I just feel like even with my music and what I'm doing as a female rapper, I just feel like I'm in my own lane, like especially catering to the ladies and even streetwear. Like that's something that I feel like, you know, when Kanye went from college dropout to late registration to 808 and Heartbreaks, he went crazy into fashion. Like, and that's when we got, you know, all the new fashion type drip from him. Like I love when you see an artist, even if a Rihanna changes her hair color, like I love when an artist really explores himself fashion-wise. I'm even looking at DDG doing it right now, Gunna or Thugger, you know, like Free Thug, like before he went in, like Wayne, like when he started to switch his style. I was watching the TAZ interview when he was talking about when he went skater and he started dyeing his hair and he did truck fit and stuff like that. Like he went crazy. Even Pusha T, I watched his interview recently.
Shout out Wayne.
Truck face go crazy.
Man, what? Play Clothes, the Cream Boutique, like Pharrell, like I come from a city of fashion icons. Like Pharrell, like man, what he just did with Louis Vuitton in Paris, like I really feel like when people meet people from Virginia, they be like, yo, where are you from? Like you really put it on. So I feel like I've been calm. It's been light lately because I've been getting my bread right, focusing on other things, investing in my sound. But for the next year and moving forward, like I need to get back to that because I feel like I ain't been putting it on. Like I've been on some, I'm a hustler, so I'll get up, throw on some sweatpants and just keep it pushing, throw some newbies on, and I'll be all right. But Nah, I'm really, maybe y'all can help me with that. Like, I really want to get
Got you.
into modeling more. Like, I feel like I could really do that shit. I'm a sex symbol.
I got like 2 more questions. We got to wrap it up soon.
Okay.
But Chris had a hot take on the last podcast that we did, or 4 podcasts ago when this podcast dropped.
Mm-hmm.
He said he would wear the same drawers for 3 days in a row.
Did not say that shit, bro. I said I don't care if people do it.
Oh,
I don't.
We're
do
talking about
Okay.
why are people self-conscious about wearing the same fits over and over again? Like, so would you wear the same fit for 3 days? And I mentioned like hustlers, sometimes you wearing the same fit for 3 days because they hustling so hard.
Yeah.
But I was saying I'll be on camera a lot, so I'm not about to wear the same fit.
Yeah.
Would you wear the same fit?
Not the same
Yeah.
draws. I agree with you. Definitely not wearing the same
No,
draws.
he said he would.
I didn't say that.
He said he would.
No, I didn't.
I said you got to shower, and I
You
wouldn't
have that
shower and
on
put the same
camera?
drawers on.
He's
Absolutely. It starts the podcast.
The
off.
last podcast, our editor decided to get it's a great clip. By
Great
the way.
clip.
It's a great clip. But the full thing was like, I don't do it, but I don't care if other people do it.
also they chopped it up and it
Yeah, they
looked like,
chopped it up and it made me look crazy.
Okay. Yeah,
He
you
was
don't.
looking
And it's
crazy.
continuing to make me look crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean just don't wear the same drawers. Like
might need to
shower.
give you a boxer sponsorship. Like,
You
man.
feel me?
Nah, I got to need a Target jeans sponsorship.
These days, you kind of chilling on the drip, but you trying to get back into it. You're trying to do some modeling.
Yeah.
I think that's super dope. When I seen you, every time I see you, your fashion is fly. How
Yo,
you put it
thank
together
you.
is fly. You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate that.
Don't matter what you got on, you putting it together fly. Your spirit is coming out of what you have on.
Thank you. Man.
So I love that about you. Do you have any words for the people that you want to give the people? Last words.
Man, last words. That's a great one. I've never been asked something like that. I would say my last words would say I love you. I think that you just never know when it's gonna be your last time. So, spread love. It's free. Don't take, I'm rereading the 4 agreements right now, and I'd say don't take anything personal. Don't make assumptions. Be impeccable with your word. And always do your best. A lot of times we take things personally, and it's really not about us. It's about the other person. So even if you're working in a store and somebody comes in with an attitude, that's coming from somewhere misdirected. And because in physics they say energy can't be created or destroyed, it can only be transferred. You got to be cognizant of the medium of energy transferring through you. So a lot of times people will give me energy, and I'll go into a place and I'll give them positivity, because if I give you this negativity, then I'm just perpetuating a cycle. So I'm just like, break that cycle. The moment somebody gives you negative energy, don't give that to the next person, because now you're just creating a cycle. So if someone's negative, 2 negatives is going to make a negative. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, master your energy. Take accountability. Accountability is my best ability. Vulnerability is one of my other best abilities, and availability. So know your abilities. Invest in yourself. Don't be sitting out here waiting on nobody to put no bread into you. How you gonna expect nobody to invest in you? Anybody to invest in you if you ain't gonna invest in yourself? I think that's crazy. Like if a label wanted to come to me, or a brand, you gonna see the sweat equity, the 10,000 hours I put in, because I put money into myself. I'm not waiting on nobody to invest in me. But if you do bring some bread, then it's gonna be even better. We gonna make a loaf. What else? Every day above is love. You can. I'm blessed by the best. You said what last words I leave with? Trust the process.
This is boring.
I'm just trying to bar you up.
I just got all these bars for you.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Blessed by
that's
the
fly.
best.
Gave us all these quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And follow TAZ Tikoon, your favorite female rapper, Tazmania Show. I got a new song dropping this Friday. Shout out to 80, Mood. Get that Tidewater, ladies. Get that drip, Punani Tsunami.
Listen to that Mood record. That should be out by the time this comes out.
What you think about it?
Fire. Absolutely fire. The idea of, first of all, like I said, every time I hear your beats, I heard it in the car. I turned it on in the car, and it was blaring out of the whip. I pulled up on somebody that was like, what's that? I was like,
Tycoon.
it's not out yet. Tycoon.
And I got 3 versions of that dropping.
Okay.
So the first
Damn.
one I got was with you, with me, and then I got 2 more. And I want to collab with you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, that's fire. We appreciate you for coming on. Definitely going to have you back. And I want everybody to listen to your music. So
Thank you.
tap in. We're going to put a link of your music below. We're going to cut this up and make it look real cool. Once again, guys, it's been another episode of the Fair Game Podcast. I'm your host, C13.
My name is Christopher Alejandro Gastelum.
And I'm TAZ Tikoon, your favorite female rapper. You did?
Like, subscribe, comment. Remember, you are the main character in your story. Dress like it. I really forgot to say what we have on. Can I talk about that real quick?
It's the end of the episode, bro. Like, well, what do you have on today?
Today I wore the what are these called? These are the Street Hawkers, Billionaire Boys Club on the pants, parachute pant, and then I wore this shirt. I don't know where I got this from, but it has a big basketball court on it, orange on the lid. I wore what is this? Real Tree Camo, the Los Angeles script. Taz, what do you have on today?
I got on the taupe 4s. I got on some Nike socks, some Calvin Klein underwear that you can't see. Some Subi jeans. Shout out to Subi. Success symbol on the shirt. Tycoon State of Mind on the hat. Basquiat watch. You know what I'm saying?
Christopher Alejandro.
I got some winterized 14s. Target jeans. One brown on brown on the bottom. I got a market crew neck. It's kind of dirty, actually. Kind of need a lint roller.
I can't tell. You look fly today. You look very Christmassy.
You look handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Handsome. This has been another episode of the Fair Game Podcast. Thank you guys for watching.